Greetings, everybody. So in conjunction with my last video where I was talking about the sowing of the seed, which is the land work, the fruit of work, I wanted to come back to 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6, and the statement concerning Paul planted, Apollos watered, and God made it to grow. So what is the watering here? Well, it's what Paul refers to as the water in talk, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 26. Where note the word translated talk here is not logos, it's rhema. Okay? And if you look at most other Bible translations, they've translated rhema as word. That's incorrect, because the word is from the Greek logos, not rhema. And there's the verb form of rhema, talk, which is reo. Okay, it's the verb of action, reo, which the verb found in John chapter 7 is flow, reo. Hence, the one faithing into me, according so as the writ said, rivers will flow out of his body cavity, rivers of living water. So we see the connection of rhema, the talk, and water with the flow of the reo, which is the verb form of the talk of God, which the body cavity, of course, would be the mouth, the talk that comes out of the mouth. Now, as it goes for the word rivers here, this is from Potemos, G4215, which brings me to the main point of why I'm making this video. Because here in the Devar translation of the New Testament, you find 22 occurrences of this phrase, watering mighty one of the dwelling, which is one word, oikodespotes. And then there's also the occurrence without the word dwelling. So the watering mighty ones, which is despotes, without the oikos. And the word dwelling in itself is from oikos, which is a masculine noun, distinguished from oikia, which is the feminine, house. So understand simply that the dwelling of God is the outcalled, or the church, which is the body of Christ. We are the dwelling site of God, being built in the Spirit. So again, oikodespotes includes the word oikos from the masculine, which identifies the dwelling, of which the watering mighty one part of this word comes from other Greek words as well. So here in my notes, notice that the word bind from G1163 is deo, also part of this word, family, where you can see there's actually 3 word families in this one big word. So it's binding, and then also drink. All right, water, the talk, rhema, drink, potizo, despotes, and then, of course, rivers is in the same word family as drink, potamos. So this is the concept of the watering mighty one of the dwelling. It's literally the one whom it is binding to give drink to the dwelling members of the body of Christ, the outcalled, the one who's speaking the talk of God. Okay, the rivers of the living water which flow, reo, out of the mouth, in the talk, the rhema. So this should also put a new perspective on the context of the occurrences of drink, which we find various parts of speech. We have drinking, drink, drinks. We even find down drink. Be sober, watch your judicial opponent, the diabolos, walks about as a growling lion, seeking someone to down drink. The reason the word down is added here is because this contains the preposition kata, pino. All right, where if one is speaking in the water in talk, the rhema, and it's flowing out of the mouth, and those who are hearing gets robbed from their heart, then the diabolos was successful in down drinking himself the water in talk. Where here's an example of when Paul instructs that I determined that the younger marry, rear children, give drink to the dwelling members. The dwelling members of the dwelling site, the outcalled, the body of Christ. It's not literally giving water or drink. It's referring to the talk of God, which hallows her, cleansing her in the bath of the water and talk. Where Jesus says, whoever gives one of these small ones only 1 cup of cool water, of course the word water is added here, but cool to drink, into the name of a learning one, amen, I say to you, not will he wholly loosen away his reward. Where when Jesus met the woman, the Samaritan woman at the well, come to draw water, to her Jesus says, give me to drink, exclamation point. There's a deeper meaning here. Where when we jump to verse 10, give me to drink, you would request, as it were, that he would give you, as it were, living water. Sounds familiar, right? It's the water that flows out of the body cavity of those faithing into me. The rhema, the reo. Everyone drinking out of this water, he will thirst again, talking about physical water, like the physical baptism in water. It's the cleansing of the flesh. But the one drinking out of the water which I will give him, not will he thirst till into the eon. But the water which I will give him will become in him a spring of water, changing his position into Aeonian life, which is the same context of the rivers of the living water. According to the one faithing into me, rivers will flow, reo, out of his body cavity, rivers of living water. And if you have the Devar Work software, there's actually a little blurb here in volume 2, which states literally whom it is binding to water or give to the drink to the dwelling members. The importance of the authority to water is shown in times when there is no rain. It plays a special role in dry regions where the owner of the spring has everything in his hand. Note that not only the dwellers or the dwelling members of the house need water, but also the oikomene, which is also translated the dwellage, in the Devar translation, is to be watered. In Matthew 10:25, the Hellenic word is applied to the Lord. And there's other occurrences also of oikodespotes, watering mighty one, referring to God or the Lord. But also us, as dwelling members, who it is binding to give the drink as watering ones, but also those who receive the drink. Where again, not all occurrences of the word drink, drinking, drinks pertains to the figure, but right here's an example which does, speaking of the sheep at the right, Matthew 25:40. Okay, so this is not just physical water, this is the cup of cool water to drink, according to those watering mighty ones of the dwelling. The scene uniquely translated in the Devar translation, where if you would like a copy of the free software, message me and I will send you a link and passcode to download the free files for Mac, PC, and Android. God bless.